Hey, my name's Val. Welcome to LaunchFast. If your career depends on selling narrow skills like design, coding, copywriting on places like Upwork or Fiverr or TopTal, well, I think you should be nervous. You already know this, but AI does that work faster. It does it cheaper, and very soon it's going to be able to do it better. You see, the internet doesn't need more replaceable hands. It needs people who can direct the work. Here's the shift, and I feel like a lot of you probably already know this, but you want to learn how to prompt AI from the perspective of a role, not the perspective of a tool. That means thinking like a product manager, thinking like a creative director, and like a go-to-market expert. If you can master those three, the creative director, product manager, and go-to-market expert, you can spin up businesses, campaigns, even entire teams of AI agents working for you. The future belongs to the chess players, not the chess pieces. Specialists get moved around, whereas generalists are going to control the board. I've been in the design and product world for 20 years, and the leverage right now, it's insane. In the next few minutes, I'm going to break down each role that I think you need to master so you can start stacking them. By the end, you'll see exactly how to make yourself unreplaceable. Let's talk about the product manager. What is a product manager? It's basically a builder. They don't get lost in the weeds of tasks. They define the outcome. They usually work with engineers, designers, researchers. They set the direction and make sure the right pieces come together. In this new AI world, how is that not a mindset that you want to adopt? This matters because AI is great at doing tasks, but it can't decide what's worth building or how success should be measured. That's on you. If you haven't already started doing this, here's my suggestion. Think about your work or even your personal projects. Think of them as products. Instead of saying, for example, like I need to write a blog post, reframe it as I need to attract 200 qualified readers this month. That little mindset shift, that's how you use AI as a product manager. It's no longer just a writing tool. It's part of a system to reach a clear goal. That's the product manager mindset. Breaking things into timelines, budgets, and outcomes so you're running the show instead of being run by a to-do list. Okay, let's talk about the creative director now. You may think a creative director just makes things look pretty, but no, they usually manage art directors, copywriters, and those are two things that AI already does really well. Creative directors decide what story to tell, what feeling to create, and how to stand out in a crowded market. With AI, you can explore ideas and directions faster than ever, but the judgment call still comes from you. You still need to be the tastemaker, the creative director. For anyone running a business, this skill is critical. Whether you're a freelancer, agency owner, or like a solopreneur, you're constantly shaping how people perceive you. Whether you like it or not, you are in advertising, and AI can generate endless ads, logos, or headlines. Without creative direction, though, those are just noise. They need that direction. At the end of the day, what a creative director does is they basically look at creative and they say, this one feels right. This is the idea worth running with. That is a skill, and that skill applies whether you're building a global campaign or just trying to get clients to notice your portfolio. Now pair that with the product manager mindset, and suddenly you're not just building efficiently, you're building something people actually care about. Next up, let's talk about the go-to-market expert. This is basically a marketer, marketing manager, someone that understands content and social media. So if you build like a product manager and design like a creative director, well, guess what? Building and designing are worthless without traction. A go-to-market expert knows how to take an idea and get it into people's hands. A modern go-to-market expert is almost like a growth hacker. You've probably heard this 100 times before, but most products don't fail because they're bad. They fail because nobody knows they exist. That's why this role is so important. So if you step into the mindset of a go-to-market specialist, here's how you can use AI to fit it in. So before you launch anything, whether it's content, a product, a course, use GPT or whatever language model you like using. Use it to simulate your audience. Ask it to act like your ideal customer and poke holes in whatever your pitch is. Ask it what's confusing, what objections come up. It can pretend to be your ideal customer persona. You'll get a dozen points of feedback in minutes. These are things that you'd normally spend months and thousands of dollars learning the hard way. You know how hard it is to get users to test your product? Crazy, but you could just simulate that with AI. Testing what works, getting into people's hands, that's the go-to-market mindset. Test fast, adjust messaging, move quick. With AI, you can pressure test ideas at warp speed. Here's why this is a lethal stack and why I think these 3 roles are the ones that you should be focusing on. Here's the reality. If your only skill is executing tasks, you're actually competing with AI. And I'm sure you know this by now, but AI doesn't sleep, complain, or invoice late. But when you stack these 3 roles, that's the product manager, the creative director, and the go-to-market expert, you get the builder's clarity of the product manager, the vision of a creative director, and the traction mindset of a go-to-market expert. You stop competing with AI and you start wielding it. Here's how I like to think of it. Think of it like an orchestra. So every player in the orchestra, they can be replaced. You've got a violinist, someone that uses the cello. If they get sick, well, the second best person can replace them. Even the conductor can be swapped out. But the composer, the person who knows how the whole thing should sound, they hold the real leverage. You want to be the composer. That's the future-proof move. Stop being one pair of hands, start being the one who knows how to direct 10,000 hands. This is just my opinion, but here's what I've seen after 20 years of launching products. AI is replacing hands-on specialists fast. The people who win are the ones who can combine 3 skill sets. In my mind, the most important skill sets are the product manager, the creative director, and the go-to-market expert. And using AI through the lens of those 3 roles. So when you're playing around with AI for fun, for work, for whatever, every time you interact with it, do it like you're stepping into one of those roles. That mindset, it's going to rewire how you think, and it'll, in my experience at least, it multiplies your output. I'm not saying this is the only path, but it's the one that I'm betting on. And if you want to stay ahead in this new AI economy, stop sharpening narrow skills and start stacking the ones that make you unreplaceable. If you found this useful and you want to hear more, go to launchfast.guide and sign up for the newsletter. I'll see you there.